Okay, and we are live, boys, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to MO Pitch Talk. Welcome back to Take a Touch. And as always, I'm joined by Big H and Pato in the building. Uh, Boys, we got to talk. Um, Obviously, big one on the weekend, Arsenal versus Man City. We're going to dive into all of that. A little bit of Premier League roundup as well. Need to talk about your guy, Arnold Slot, and what's going on over that side. But peoples, if you could please like, comment, and subscribe, please do join us, join the live as well. Drop us a follow. That'd be greatly appreciated on our road to 700 subs. So we really appreciate all the help that we can get. Like I said, we're trying to make it out the hood. But boys, I want to talk about Arsenal versus Man City to begin with. Um, I feel like Arsenal kind of threw away the trophy a little bit. It wasn't a charity match; it was for some serious silverware and the first proper one of the season as well. Second half, heads were gone, control was gone, game was gone. It was wrapped up in a neat little bow, I believe, by like the 65th minute. It was game set and match. Once that second goal kind of went in, I knew we weren't coming back because when was the last time you seen Arsenal come back from a 2 goal deficit? Do you know what I'm saying? It's not something that really happens. I feel like with Arsenal, we're kind of sitting here asking the same questions time and time again. Um, did Arsenal lose this, or did they just kind of give it away? Because we've said it many times was as well when it comes to pressurized moments, when it comes time to kind of step up. I know it was only the Carabao Cup, but when it's time for Arsenal to grow tall, they tend to shrink, and in that second half, they shrunk like they were like a deer in headlights. They didn't know what to do once City weren't kind of falling for the press bait, just waiting for Kepa to have the ball. Four-man step right in front of our defense. Couldn't progress the ball. Zubimendi and Declan Rice didn't know what to do. Midfield wasn't really linking up that well. But it wasn't a great second half. Honestly, it wasn't a great second half, and how they just kind of lost it as well. They just I don't know. It just put a sour taste in my mouth. It was a little bit depressing, a little bit embarrassing as well. But you have to give credit to City too, because as much as I can blame Arsenal on how they approached the game or how City approached the game in the second half, um, clinical. That's the word I'll use for them. Absolutely clinical. They smelt a bit of blood and they pressed their foot on the gas and they got the reward. You know what I'm saying? The forced mistake by Kepa, obviously knowing that he's a backup goalkeeper and he's not good at claiming crosses like we saw. And then Bukayo Saka falling asleep at the back post, letting Nico O'Reilly roll in and score when you're wearing the captain's armband. It's not stuff that should be happening, you know what I'm saying? But H, I'm gonna go to you. How did you see the game?
Boys, sincerely, yeah. There's no crasher for me, bro. I just laughed about it because people were acting like, oh, like Arsenal just lost the finals, the biggest. Bro, I've been watching Arsenal lose finals. This is not new. It's all these new age
I know,
fans.
I know it's not new, but it still stung a little bit because it was a good final, and plus it
But,
was to them. Do you know what I'm saying?
but you know what it is though? It's like to me, I just felt like it was another match week. Like sincerely, I know it was a trophy on the line, but I've never taken the Carabao Cup seriously. I haven't. It's a good like because at the end of the year, when you're putting up all your trophies, it's a nice to have, but
Okay,
it's
let me
not
let
like
me
you
ask you, let me ask you, let me ask you a question. Do you not think it would have been a bit beneficial to our players, given that they're hunting down trophies that's been eluding them for the past 6 years now, and for them to be doing as well as they are so far in the league, we're having a 9 point gap. Obviously, it's still by a game in hand for City, but 7 games to go, being in the quarterfinals of the Champions League, and now the first real kind of piece and offering of silverware, and then you land there and you win it against a team that's chasing you in the league as well, a team that's been kind of elusive in the past couple of years in terms of you trying to win trophies, and they've won a lot. There's nothing beating them would have kind of landed their psychological blow and would have given them a moment of feeling like they've arrived. Do you know what I'm saying?
I hate to say it, not really. In my opinion, not really, because I'd rather that they actually lost this game because like when PSG beat us last year, yeah, that was a tough take for those lads. But From that PSG game to now, that's how many months? Do you know what I mean? That's like nearly like almost like a full calendar year. That feeling is not as fresh. But you see, losing that final in the way you did to your main rival, that's a fresh feeling. That's an open wound. So I think I'd rather that they lost the final how they lost it. Because to me now it's a case of like I see them pushing on. I see them ensuring that they leave the season with the Prem. Because see when you go through like such a hard thing like that, only one or two things can happen. Is either you press on or you crumble. I I'm of the idea that Arsenal are gonna push on that necessary crumble. I think those boys you saw on their faces, I don't think that they're gonna let this happen. Especially with the league. I don't think they're going to let it happen with the league. I don't. Like, and I've been very critical. I've said it, bro. I know who these. I've been screaming that we should be 20 points clear of City, then I can be comfortable because I know who these boys are. But seeing the looks on their face, and sometimes you have to lose a final for you to kind of go on to bigger, greater things. You kind of have to have that setback. Wolves wasn't the setback. That wasn't what. That was never my concern. That Wolves game or John to that. Those games were like
Yeah,
I.
so sorry to cut you off, but are you trying to be like a philosopher right now? Is trying to say, oh, metaphorically, they need to dance in the rain to really appreciate the sunshine type of vibe. Is that the vibe you're going for?
Listen, if they can prove me wrong and crumble, I will. They can absolutely prove me wrong. But you know those ones where it's just like you know yourself, where it's just like when something happens to you and it hurts you, you know in your mind, oh, I'm actually not gonna let this happen again. I'm not. I'm gonna come out on top next time. I'm not gonna let this happen. This cannot happen to me again. The boys have experienced loss as a team in the final. To me, they're then going to me anyway, they're going to push on and wrap the league up, in my opinion. Champions League, that's up to bro. PSG, Bayern, everyone is still there. But as far as I'm concerned with the league, which is the most important thing, I don't think they're going to go to the Etihad and do what they just did in the Carabao Cup final. I don't think they're going to do what they did at the Etihad for the remaining 7 games in the season. So for me, look, you didn't win the final. It's a nice trophy to have. It's not to be all end all. Isn't not Trent that did 1 of 4 and that was the new trophy that they took home that year.
Trophy
Brother,
too. He took an FA Cup that
sorry,
season.
sorry, sorry. But you know what I mean? It's like it's not the be all end all. We're not Crystal Palace. We're not Newcastle. This doesn't mean the world to us. It's important because we haven't won a trophy in a bit. But if you're telling me, even Pep said himself, I'd swap the trophy to be 9 points clear of Arsenal. The trophies are nice to have. It's not a defining piece of your legacy type of thing. So, but just for me anyway, I just felt like, look, I'd rather that you lot lost the way you lost because now Arteta, you can't go to Ahad and do that. The next 7 games you
Well,
can't do that.
I will agree with you somewhat as well because I did see when City were lifting the trophy and the Panther Arteta and he was clapping and he was holding his medal in his hands, but the way he was kind of looking up, I don't know. He was looking as if like he saw something or something finally clicked. But obviously, only time will tell because now there's an international break. But that's what it looked like to me, anyways. But I'm not really gonna get hyped on possibilities. But part of obviously, from a rival standpoint, being a Liverpool fan, how did you see that game? Do you think this is gonna change something in the Arsenal psyche or the Man City psyche, or what do you think is gonna possibly happen?
Yeah, look from a footballing point of view, first 20 minutes, you guys were on him. You were doing your thing. Havertz had that chance. Saka, when it came back out to him, he hit it on the ground. Came back out to him again. He hit it on the ground again. Nigga, there's people in the way. Put it up. What's he doing? But look, and then after that, and then who's your left back? Nkapie got his yellow card. From then on, yeah, you guys are basically on toast. It just like you were saying earlier, it just looks so funny that City had 4 players just standing outside your box, and everybody said, we didn't practice. We didn't practice. What's going on?" And the thing is, and the funniest thing is, yeah, if you had broken, to be honest, City didn't press you; they just stood there. It's not like Liverpool back in the day where they're actually going to run at you and like high
No,
energy.
it's like you know what it is. It's like it took them 45 minutes for them to realize that it was actually kept on goal and not David Raya. Do you know what I'm saying? They eventually something clicked in their brain and they said, "Oh, this guy is shit at distribution. Why are we trying to press him? Let him just have the ball because he's not going to be able to do anything with it anyways. So we can
Mm.
just put him under pressure that way." And then Yeah, once they kind of realized that we couldn't get out and we were just suffocating for ages.
But that's definitely in-game management by Pep because they
Mhm.
weren't doing it in the first 20 minutes. All of a sudden, you've got four attackers just standing there.
You know what annoyed me as well? After the game, Antoine Semenyo was talking spicy as well. Oh, this guy has a hate in me now. This guy has a hate in me now. He said, "Oh, he was speaking to Ian Wright and the boys after the game. He said, "Oh, I had a Pierre and Cappy on toast a little bit. I had them running around the place." I was like, "Brother, you completed one dribble and one cross. That's all you did. You weren't involved in the first goal. You weren't involved in the second goal, and largely you were anonymous. Even with the yellow card, you weren't on anything, bro. You were crap.
Mm, I wouldn't say he had a,
Outside of like two actions, he was crap. His first touch is heavy. This guy's. I know we get onto your guys for being a bodybuilder. This guy's a bodybuilder as well. His touch is heavy.
I think you're being harsh. I
Ah,
think you're being harsh.
this guy, he wasn't all that, but not a problem. From him talking spicy, saying, "Oh, that's what I do." You think he dropped a 9 out of 10 performance? Other than the cross he gave to Haaland, what did he actually do?
But yeah, to be honest, what he did was he helped City sustain attacks, and he was part of that four-man press. Look, you don't have to be the star of the show every game. Pep gave him an instruction, and he carried out the instruction well. Your left back had a
No,
stink.
that's fine. All I'm saying is he's talking as if he had a worldie or something like that people are saying, "Oh, did you see that Antoine Semenyo performance yesterday?" Not one person has said that. But the
But
way
but
he's talking is like he actually did something on the
I
pitch,
I
and
agree
that's what
with you.
annoyed me.
He didn't have like a 10 out of 10 performance. And you like you said, nobody's saying, oh, that Anton Semenyo performance was so amazing. But they are saying that Nkapia fella had a stinker and he was the one that was directly up against him. So he had something to do with it. You can't just say he didn't have any.
Even the yellow card, he got that on a foul to Mateus Nunes. It wasn't even it was Antoine
Yeah,
Semenyo
true.
that drew the foul. He wasn't involved. That's what I'm trying to say. In, in
To
all
be,
the most important parts of the game, he was not involved. And this guy is coming up after the interviews talking as if he did something. You know what I'm saying? That's my issue with him.
to be fair, Nunes had a really good game. Mateus Nunes. And
Yeah, you know, he did.
he had a really good game. But yeah, man, like look, your manager got tactically done basically. But obviously it's obviously depends on you guys. Would you have rather won this game and then lost at the Etihad? Probably not. You probably take the 3 points at the Etihad and lose this game. But
Well, what makes you think? What makes you think? And what have you saw from Arteta in big games to make you think that we're gonna rock up to the Etihad, the place that we haven't won now since like what 2015, 2016? I'm pretty sure.
yeah, I don't think you'll win, but I don't think you'll lose either. He can't let this happen again. This tactic that firstly, Arteta's gonna be like, look, when the four people are pressing, this is what you do.
Mhm.
Also, is gonna be ready and go. Kepa is not gonna play a game again for Arsenal. Watch, you'll see. That guy's not gonna play another game. Um, and then, to be fair, you didn't have a number 10. The team selection, I didn't really get it. I know he wants to have a creative player in the 10, but I wouldn't even say Havertz is creative. I don't even know what he is, to be honest. I don't really know what he was doing here.
Havertz was meant to kind of link, supposed to be the one kind of floating around, linking the midfield to the attack and all that kind of stuff. But
Guy, the fella's not even
injury.
linked. The fella's not linked from his brain to his legs, man. How's he gonna link the midfield and the attack?
Well, yeah, he had a terrible game. Yeah, he was indecisive on the ball, couldn't carry it, even when we were under pressure in the second half as well. There was a couple of times he could have been the outlet, but either the touch is too heavy, pass is sloppy, or he's just not positioned. He's just not positioned right as well, for him to receive the ball out to actually do anything meaningful with it as well.
But
Um,
that's not a new thing though. Like playing
Yeah, we've
Havertz,
known that
like
about Havertz, though. That's the thing.
literally, you guys when you guys were going for the title 2 years ago, and even the year before that, he put
But bro,
Havertz in.
when this guy was injured, you should have seen the amount of people that were calling for him to come back. He was going to be the one to save our season. It might be in a lot of online stuff as well. But bro, Havertz is somebody that we possibly have to look at during the summer as well to move on from because I'm sick
Yeah,
of having to make I'm sick of having to make excuses for somebody on why they can sometimes do the basics of football.
well, we
You know,
never should have signed him in the first place,
Yeah, that's one because look now, Havertz is there, Chelsea ex player, and Kepa's there, Chelsea ex player. Two
bro.
stinkers.
And that was the thing. In my mind, I knew if you lose this cup final, yeah, it's because of someone that is associated with Chelsea. I knew in my spirit. I was like, that's the only way we'd lose it. It's either going to be Havertz or it's going to be Kepa. One of the two is going to be the reason why we lose this game. Bro, you cannot go into a cup final and say, well, look, it would be harsh for me not to. Bro, this is football. Football is not about feelings and emotions, bro. Do you think Alex Ferguson would do every trophy? That fella could win the Carabao Cup 10 years in a row. Do you think he would then, for the final, say, John, let me start flipping wherever that guy is English goalkeeper, the Carroll fella. Let me play your man Carroll instead of Van der Sar. Bro, there's no way. It's impossible. It's
and the thing is,
impossible.
Pep now has the most Carabao Cups in English football history. He didn't really need to win that trophy yesterday. It's Arteta that needs trophies. Pep has won enough. He's won 18 out of 22 finals. He's okay. If he lost or if he won or didn't win, no one was really gonna care. But then even where Arteta, like the one that didn't make sense to me was not starting Martinelli. Obviously, as a finisher, yeah, he's not great. But as someone who's gonna work back, bro, Mbappe needed help. What the hell was Trossard doing? Help
But his
him.
legs can't cover the pitch, man.
He's just too small. He doesn't have pace. Like at least Martinelli's explosive. The way City were attacking you, yeah. If you just gave them one or two counter attacks with Martinelli on the break, they would have, and then they would have respected you a little bit more. They're not gonna have everyone so pushed on. But they had four players and then two midfielders behind that because they knew there's not who's gonna run him behind. Martinelli's not gonna run him behind. Gyökeres has pace, but he doesn't even really know how to use it right now. And then Saka, that guy is just on the other side. I don't know what that guy is doing. So just the whole game plan just didn't work. But I will say the Arsenal fans that I'm seeing that are saying, it's only the Carabao Cup, it doesn't really matter. I get that. It's the lowest trophy you can win. But again, I will never scoff at silverware. Any silverware is a good thing to have, is a good thing to win. When it's all said and done, and Arteta leaves Arsenal, they're gonna say, "How many trophies did you win?" Those Carabao Cups, they're gonna add them in. All these Carabao Cups that Pep has been winning, it adds up. 5 Carabao Cups. It's not a joke. It's not an accident. He's a good coach, man. And Arteta needs to have a habit of picking up trophies. Obviously, Klopp, he couldn't win the Prem and the Champions League when as much as he should have at Liverpool, but he's picking up the cups. That's like kind of consolations. Like, okay, you competed and you won something. Arteta is like, you're just competing. You're just competing and you're not picking up anything. You need to pick up cups along the way as well. That's why Pep, the likes of Alex Ferguson, Mourinho, they were winning the big trophies, but they were also picking up the little cups along the way as well. And then in terms of the league, I think, yeah, you've just given City a battery in the back. This is extra motivation. It's like, yeah, when they come to the Etihad, we can beat them. Then it's 6 points. Then what? And if they win the game in hand, then it's 3 points. Anything can happen, man. Don't give these City people a reason to think that they can try it. Because every time City have been in the title race and they have that belief, they always come back and win it. The only times they haven't won the league is when they had absolutely no chance. When Klopp won that league, it was done after like 2-3 months. It was absolutely done. And you guys have left the window open, dropping those points to Wolves and some other games, and then you now lose the Carabao Cup final as well. Psychologically, I don't know, man. It's a bit mad. I'm going to be real with you, but if you do end up winning the league, then it's all going to be forgiven, isn't it? But we'll see.
You say all that, but we literally watched them drop points to Nottingham Forest and West Ham. So, so I don't know. Your analysis there, I'm not really understanding it because it's psychological blow. But these people, they went and win this game now. They have to go to Chelsea to go and do something.
Yeah.
They're talking about City in the title race. When have you seen City drop points to Nottingham Forest at home and then West Ham away? Do you know what I mean?
100%.
And then games that were leading as well. So it's one of them ones. See, have something to prove to themselves and to all of us if they can even win him. For them to even come back and win this league, we'd have to lose like 4 games, and we've lost 4 games in total this season. Do you know what I'm saying? As a whole collective, so it'd be a massive operation on their end, and it has to be a massive drop off on our end, which is something that it's just not gonna happen. It's not
No,
feasible.
don't get me wrong. I do think you're going to win the league. I'm just saying, just because obviously we're here to talk about what's the possibilities, and if we just say, "Oh, Arsenal's going to win it," what are we even here for? I'm just saying, losing that cup final, it does. If let's say you had a 70% chance of winning the league, I don't know, losing that cup final, it gives City extra something. Maybe they have an extra 2+2, 3% chance. I don't know, man, but I just think the best thing you could have done.
I think they've run out of games for them to be trying to cling on to something because we've already played 31 games now. So we going to win our next game is 32. And then now you're looking at yourself thinking, the gap is still the gap and these people
Yeah,
haven't lost yet. Do you know what I'm saying? And every game goes by, your time limit is running out as well. Do you know what I'm saying? So I think
yeah,
they just ran out of time. And these guys, just to wrap up this section as well, these guys, they can't go and let City do whatever they want to them when they go to the Etihad because just as men, you can't let these people be beating you the titles over the past couple of seasons, and then now where you actually have the upper hand of being in a Carabao Cup final, somebody's juggling the ball on the pitch. Some guy that's a scrub that's never been in these type of places is now saying that he had your teammate on ropes. Um, so yeah, literally, you can't go to their place. You have to go and whack them. And I hope it gets to the point where they even lose to Chelsea. As bad as Chelsea is, I feel like City is gonna beat them because right now Chelsea as well they're going through their own little weird patch that we're gonna get onto because they lost 3-0 to everything on the weekend. So that City
yeah.
game is really really important to them as well. But yeah, just to get back onto Arsenal quickly, they can't lose that game. Just as men, just for pride for yourself, you can't go and lose that game. But let's move on. Anyways, want to do a bit of a quick recap of the weekend's results as well. I want to start off with Chelsea that I just mentioned. They lost 3-0 to everything, and I actually watched that game, and they got put to the sword. Beto, he wasn't having a great game. Then just pops out of nowhere, 2 goals. There you go. Then Ilman Ejai. What a baller! Whoever signs him, they're gonna get a real kind of Barclays type of player. This guy is so skillful. He's elusive. I think what's the word? Dexterous or something like that. That he's good with both feet and all that kind of stuff as well. Work rate on this guy as well. He get up and down the field. He's a really good player, solid player. But Chelsea, bro, their Champions League hopes they're slimming by the game, or as the game goes by. I should even say that's even terrible English. But boys, LinkedIn Liam, like as I like to call him, he looks way out of his depth right now. Some of the stuff that he's been doing, he's been saying over these past couple of weeks. H, what's your thoughts on Chelsea? And did you actually catch any of that everything game?
Bro, I don't watch Chelsea, man. Chelsea are shit, man. Bro, Chelsea are one of Chelsea and Liverpool, yeah. Two like bro.
Liverpool.
I've just never seen two clubs not want something. Like I thought Arsenal were bad for not wanting to win the Prem, bro. But you guys right now, all the European money, you guys are saying, bro, I'm not feeling them, man. I think intrinsically, I think both clubs want to have easy runs in Europe next year. So I think both of them are banking on was the other one, Intercontinental Cup. I want to be
Conference
playing
League.
in the no, not the Europa. What's the one underneath the conference?
Conference.
Conference. I think someone wants to play in the conference. So it's easy games. They're going to Uzbekistan and playing some second division team. They're going to go
Do you
there
know how much
relax.
traveling that involves? Why would they want that?
Well, because that's guaranteed money. That's guaranteed. That's a guaranteed trophy. Your toughest game in that whole competition is probably going to be West Ham, even if they don't get relegated. You know that's the level of competition you're facing. Because to me, there's no other way where you're looking at Champions League football and turn your nose up at it and not snatching it. It's like both of you don't want it. Chelsea clearly don't want it, but have the personnel, but they don't. Similarly, just the manager, the players, they're just there for a good time, not a long time. Collect the paycheck, go to Ibiza in the summer, bro. I get it. I actually understand.
Just to quote quickly, do you think LinkedIn name is kind of out of his depth right now?
I
Because
don't.
he looks a bit clueless on the touchline. Yeah, he's passing out notes in the 95th minute when they're already losing by a massive margin against PSG, which makes no sense. He's come out and said as well that the players wanted to hold over the ball to respect the ball, and they caught that image of Paul Tierney in the middle of the huddle, just looking at them in the camera. I don't know what was going on there as well. But yeah, this guy, I just want to, just before I focus on Chelsea, I just want to focus on this guy as well. This guy is a donor, man. Genuinely doesn't seem like he has a clue what he's doing. I feel like he's a substitute teacher, one that comes in, one that just tries to make everybody happy, that doesn't really want to rock the boat, doesn't really want to do too much overstep. It's like a substitute teacher that you can bully if really need be, but most of the time he'll let you do what you want anyways. That's what it feels like to me. He doesn't even. I don't even want to say he doesn't look like a coach, but he doesn't give off that aura. I don't even want to say it because I think that's so silly to say, but he doesn't give off that aura as a coach. Like it doesn't look like you can respect him. Do you know what I'm saying? I think he's way out of his depth right now.
But the only thing is, I think that's just more so from him just being young. Like sincerely, like he came from Strasbourg, bro.
But I think he's also trying to be something that he's not.
Look at Xabi Alonso. Look at Cesc Fabregas. They're not young.
But look at who we're talking about, though. Look at the name. Look at the names of.
That's what I'm saying. He doesn't have that aura about him. Like
but that's what I'm trying to say, is that we're kind of looking at him from the stance of like, bro, what are you doing? Whereas it should be more so from the stance of there's actually a young manager that did very well in his previous club that's now gone to one of the top sides in the Premier League. And he's basically, his job is now to take them from a bunch of ragamuffins and turn them into a Premier League challenging side. Bro, that does not happen in a season. Bro, Arteta had to finish 8th twice.
I agree with you, but
before the cogs start to turn for Arsenal. Do you get me?
They spent 2 billion.
Huh?
They spent 2 billion. I'm not trying to hear
that.
Okay,
but that 2 billion was not Liam Rosner spending 2 billion. That's Todd Bowley spending 2 billion. Do you get me? It's Liam's job to then take that 2 billion worth of talent and fashion a Premier. Bro, it doesn't work that way. You can't just go buy people and then like, all right, now we're gonna make it work, bro. It's very difficult to take a bunch of nobodies and try and fashion something. Even Arteta had to clear everybody out. I had to then go out and bring people, bro. Fella was just signing people for the sake of signing people. Fella bought Pablo Mari, bro. Who the fuck is that?
I agree with you, but I think if Arsenal had spent 2 billion with Wenger and Unai Emery before Arteta came, he's not finishing 8th, and I think he's challenging after one season. I'll be so real.
But if Arsenal spent 2 billion, bro, I'm telling you, we're gonna see a bunch of unknowns, bro, from second, third division.
Bro, Arteta finished his first season, no? Oh no, not his first season. He's finished 5th after the first 2 seasons, no? When he's missed out at to Tottenham. Yeah. So imagine now he had people £100 million midfielders in his midfield, and he had people like Reece James and Colwell and that in his back line. Bro, he would have been.
So that's to the point where I'm getting to, because even in the games I've watched, because I didn't watch everything game, but even in the games I watched Chelsea play, yeah, I'm barred that PSG game because PSG is PSG. I'm like I can't really caveat anybody unless you like Real Madrid or Bayern Munich. But in the games that I'm watching them, bro, look at João Pedro, plays ridiculously well. Enzo plays well. Caicedo plays well when he's not kicking people in the leg. It's just that stupid goalkeeper and their centre back duo that's Fugazi, man. That Chelsea team, if you think about Pedro Neto, Copan, Esteval, that's actually on paper, that's a very good side. It's just that they're actually being like, and if you go and look at the highlights of like the goals they're conceding, it's from that defensive line of Gusto. Not even Cucurella. Cucurella is good. It's Gusto, your man. Who's it? Is it Tosin Adebayo and who's the other centre back that they have? It's not Colwell because Colwell's injured right now, isn't he? Might be Colwell actually.
Is Chalobah still playing?
Oh, Chalobah, yeah. Those two, Fugazi. The goals they're leaking is from them two. See if they actually had, and it's hard to get a proper centre back duo. It's so hard to get 2 centre backs that are actually good.
Can we talk about the elephant in the room as well? Your boy Cole Palmer hasn't been out here as well.
Can I just say something? Cole Palmer, Foden, and Saka, all of them.
They're all shit.
Don't come for Cole Palmer like it's only him. All of them.
Bro, they're all of them, bro. All of them.
How can they say? Nobody won the argument. How can nobody win the argument?
Bro, no one won the argument, bro. But that's the thing. It's just like, to me, it's like Rossington, he has the idea. He has the idea. It's
I don't
just
see any ideas that he has.
no, like, okay, if you look at it this way, yeah, out of all the Premier League strikers that were signed, bro, João Pedro is the one that I'm saying on a consistent enough basis, he's the one that's performing. He is. Out of all the top flight clubs, he's the one that's performing. And how can he be? How can you have from your midfield up is good, but your defense is shit? You're always going to lose. You're always going to leak goals that you shouldn't be leaking. That's just how it is in football.
Yeah.
Is that even when Liverpool, when you almost won the league, the Gerrard season, you were scoring about nearly 100 goals, but you're still conceding bare goals.
Because we are Skirtle.
Bro, would you see what I mean? So if they had like a decent enough defense, bro, I'm telling you, they wouldn't be where they are. Like, and I think that's actually a very, very fair assessment to give them. They wouldn't be in the position that they're in right now if they actually had a great.
They just have to hope and pray that Cole comes back somewhat of the same player that was there before he even got injured. Sorry, because if he doesn't come back and kind of, because coming back from an ACL injury, don't want to say kind of pick up from where you left off, because you won't be able to kind of pick up from where you left off. But if you can come out at least like 10% of the player that he was, they'll be all right. But if they have to replace Colwell as well, that's just a heavy bill, because that's like basically 4 CBs they're going to have to replace in one go.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I hope Chelsea can do something for me next week, because like I was saying, prefacing when I introduced the topic, they have to play against Man City, because where they're currently sitting in the table right now is not looking good. Everything are hot on their tail, which is a team that just lost 2-3 now. So they're on 48 points. Everything's on 46. They're 1 point behind Liverpool in 5th place on 49 points. Quite a bit away from Man United and Villa with 54 and 55 points. But if they're able to get something against City, say if they did win, they'd leapfrog Liverpool going to 5th place. But depending on the Villa result or the City or the United result, they'll only be like maybe 3 or 4 points behind. So for them to really be in the top 4 race, they need to win that game. At most they can't. At most they can afford a draw, but they need to be winning that game. Because right now it's getting to be a tight squeeze, because even Brentford are sandwiched in between that. Brentford have 46 points. Even Fulham as well. Fulham will have 44 points. So like the race for European spots right now, the Premier League is starting to intensify a little bit. Like it's so weird that City are in 2nd place here, but they're a lot closer to the top 4 race than they are actually to ourselves, because United being on 55 points, they're not too far behind, you know what I'm saying? And then Villa 54 points. So it's a bit crazy. But Liverpool lost ground in that top 4 race as well, because they lost to Brighton 2-1. I've been hearing this league is rubbed out and the league is crap and all that kind of stuff. But listen, my team went to Brighton and collected 3 points. Do you know what I'm saying?
Hey, look. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. You know, I think about life is, you just have to take it one game at a time. And at the end of the day, guys, it's just football. You know, there's a lot of things happening in this world. You know what I mean? But no, look, on a serious note, I mean, I already knew my own manager doesn't know what he's doing there. He doesn't know what he's doing. Went to go and buy Verts for 160 million. Turkey that's doing keep your in cup finals. Where's my own number 10? Bro, Verts is losing that battle right now. The Cherokee Verts comparisons. He's losing, man. Look, I don't know, man. When Ekitike came off injured, Fella said, let me go and put my son, my girlfriend, Gakpo. Let me put him as number 9. Fella, my manager is a crook. He's robbing a living. Have no pace in your front line. Bro, Frimpong, I don't know what that guy's doing on that right. Bro, we know you're fast. No problem. We didn't say you're not fast. Show me.
Bro, that's what we're honestly trying to tell you. Because Frimpong to Trent is a the biggest downgrade you could make because they're
But
not even the same. They're not even the same type of player.
no, but it's not though. It's the thing is, yeah, Frimpong was supposed to come with the pace and overlap, and Salah, again, in his old age, he was supposed to be playing Frimpong in. Frimpong was supposed to be getting to the byline, cutting it back, and our 150 billion pound striker Isak was supposed to be finishing off them chances. But the problem is, Salah's having a stinker, and he was injured anyway. And then Frimpong, he's playing right wing. He has to do it. He has to create all of it by himself.
Why are you signing a right back and playing on my right wing?
Versatility. Looking for versatility, bro. They got look. The thing is, yeah, I'm not gonna crash out on Frimpong. It's not his fault. The whole team is being bad, and he's been injured as well. He's trying his best. He's actually a wing back, to be honest with you. He's meant to play in a back three or back five. But yeah, man, we needed some pace. Someone that's gonna beat the fullback 1v1. He left Rio on the bench till God knows when. He's bringing on Chiesa. What's Chiesa? Chiesa's not even match fit because he doesn't play. The guy is probably thinking, what do you want me to do? I don't play for 6 games. Now you want me to come and save you when you're 2-1 down. Doesn't make sense, man. Because you're losing games anyway, so you might as well have played them in the games that you lost. He takes too long to make the subs. Gravenberch, that one, bro, it's not every day half turn, man. Do something else, man. We know, and that's the thing. Everyone just wants to do the one thing that they're good at. Can you improve? Frimpong wants to just use the pace. Gravenberch just wants to do that half turn that looks good. McAllister, I don't even know. McAllister, that one, yeah. Oh, God, McAllister. I think, how's your legs going at 27? Your legs are going at 27. But I won't blame him. I blame Arne Slot. Because why do you have McAllister running around like a headless chicken, man? That's not his game. Then Soboslai, you be putting him right back, you put him center mid, you don't even know where to put him. De Rio, you didn't bring him on. You keep playing Gakpo. Gakpo has a broken hand, by the way. So, imagine, yeah, your striker, your 150 million pound striker is injured, yeah. So you start your 80 million pound striker, not a bother. Your 80 million pound striker gets injured. So you say, what am I going to do? I'm going to play somebody with a broken hand up front. And you actually think, what are you actually doing? And you're wondering why you're losing. Danny Welbeck, I don't know, when he plays Liverpool this season, fella just turns into prime R9. Anything he does, it just works. And then we get onto the running stats. You know, James Milner ran more than all of our midfielders. James Milner is 40. He's actually 40. And do you know how many games he's played? There's so many minutes in them legs. Fella should be gone. But he ran more than all of our midfielders. And those are young guys. So we're not running enough. We're not pressing enough. We don't press. I don't even know what our style of football is. The manager needs to go. He needs to have gone ages ago. They're not going to sack him this season. I don't know why. I don't know who's making these decisions. But look, there's no really I can do or say. I'm just having the same conversation with you guys that I've been having the last couple of years. Konate, I don't know what that one was looking for. That one that's looking for a new contract. I'm just waiting for, what's his name? The guy to come, Jacket, to come because it's cold. It's freezing, mate. So when Jacket comes, maybe that one can slot in and Konate can just be going to where he needs to go to, man. Then Kirkes as well. That one, he'll score a goal and we lose and you'll be posting on Instagram. Nigga, we lost.
Nigga, we lost. So that he did his thing, though, innit?
I hate when players do that. Oh, we lost 4-1, but you scored. So you're gonna post. Don't fucking post, man. You lost. I don't want to see any post. You bring on Robertson. That fella's about 40 as well. He doesn't know what to do. Do you know what's so funny? Yeah, we had I think it wasn't the game we lost, but the last league game we played before that. We had a back four of it was Alisson in goal, Van Dijk, Robertson, Gomez, and then whoever else was playing right back. Nigga, that's the back four that won the league in 2020. 6 years on. Nigga, what is going on? What actually happened? So I don't know, man. Obviously in the summertime we have to make a lot of changes, but they just need to get rid of the manager, man. Once we get rid of the manager, they can even get relegated. I don't mind, but at least I'll know that you tried. What is this, man? But yeah, man, what can I do? I just watch my football and try and get some entertainment out of it. But look, the season is pretty much done, man. In terms of the top 5 race, we don't even deserve to go to Champions League. It's just by hook and by crook that they said top 5 is gonna get Champions League. If this was back in the day, we're done. They should bring back top four. I need real men in that Champions League. Look how they just cleared everybody. Look how they cleared Chelsea, and they cleared Newcastle, and they cleared Tottenham. Everyone just got cleared. They cleared Man City. Why are you giving us 5 spots for? Just for embarrassment. Oh, they were saying, oh yeah, in the league phase, 5 of the top 8 were English sides. And so, what's the big deal? They all got cleared out, man. And Liverpool's going to get cleared out by PSG, by the way. The only saving grace is Arsenal. And look, if Arsenal win the Champions League, I don't know what's going to happen.
Don't let us get our hands on that Champions League. Don't let us get our hands on that Champions League, because the behavior you will see.
That's what I'm saying.
It will be beyond shameless. I don't know what word you'd have to come up for it, but you'd have to think of a new word, because you won't be able to fit into a word in the dictionary. But no, I didn't really watch the game against Brighton. I was kind of busy on that Saturday, so I didn't watch all of the game. But to hear stats of Milner basically busting the midfield, and Brighton as a whole running maybe 5 to 10 more kilometers than your team as a whole, it's a bit scary, to be honest with you, because you wouldn't put that with any kind of Liverpool team over the last kind of 10 years. You guys are pressing monsters, absolute gegenpress machines. You know what I'm saying? All those bleep tests and all that kind of stuff that you guys used to do before the season starts. How the mighty has fallen, I'm not going to lie to you, because we're genuinely, where did it all go wrong? And this is where I'm going to pass this to Big H, because he's going to explain to us where all went wrong.
Oh, my favorite segment. Where did they go wrong for Liverpool? Like I said, you said Virgil, Mohamed Salah, come and take 350, 400 bags a week. That was your first mistake. You see your furniture is breaking. You say, nah, I don't want to buy the new one. Let's keep the old one. It's okay. Look what's happening now. You brought in a Dutch manager. What other Dutch manager have you seen in the Premier League that has worked? Which other bring the Dutch managers? Ronald Koeman, they ran him out of Everton. Van Gaal was run out of United. Who else? Ten Hag was run out of United. Van Nistelrooy. I swear Van Nistelrooy was the interim, no? For United.
Yeah, it was
run out of United.
He managed the team as well.
Yeah, Leicester, I think.
Yeah, Leicester.
Yeah, Leicester, yeah.
And
he was run out as well. Your club, your priorities are still wrong. You know, as the season, a team with intentions, you know what they do? As the season's still going on, they're having a bad season, they start getting the transfers in place. Fabrizio's already dropping the communication between Liverpool and so-and-so. It's already bubbling, nothing. You guys are praying that Kanate stays. Can you imagine? In 2026, you're praying Kanate stays. You're praying that Virgil can somehow bring himself back. You're praying that Mo can bring himself back. You're praying that Gakpo's hand heals so he can play up top. Is this the functions of a champion? This is not how champions behave. Patrick is so happy. Don't worry, we'll get the clip. We signed Isak. We signed Wirtz. We signed Kirk as the best left back in the league. We signed Frimpong, invincible Frimpong. God damn. How the mighty have fallen. We told you. Me and Toby Sahi, we told you. It's not what you think it's gonna be. Football doesn't work that way. And come and see, you're seeing it now. How can you and Chelsea be doing? No, you have it. I don't want it. You have it. Now you have it, bro. How? Club, wherever he is, must be like, damn, these people are actually going to force me out of retirement to come and save me. Can you imagine? Your manager left you in the best possible position, and you guys have just decided to just capitulate. Do you know that running stat?
2 years. 2 years.
2 years. Do you know that running stat that Tayyip said about they did 5 to 10K more than you? Do you know what that shows? Lack of tactical discipline. Because for a team to run 5 to 10 kilometers more than you, that means that team knows exactly what they're doing. It means that you guys didn't know a damn thing about what you were doing.
They didn't even know where to run. They were just doing it.
You guys did, because there's a point in that game, yeah, because I watched the first half. McAllister the ball like went past Mikasa went like this and just started jogging. Bro didn't know what to do. He didn't know what to do. You signed Frimpong to be a right wing. In 2026, you signed a black winger. No, a black winger. You signed a black right back to be a black winger. And you thought you were going to win the league.
Can I just say something? Yeah. What I've come to realize is I have to be humble. I made a mistake, guys. I made a mistake. But I've also realized, nigga, to win that league back to back is fucking hard, man. I think we come back again next season. Yeah, we might not win it, but I say we challenge next season at least.
Do you know what? Do you know what I think? Yeah, because given the way Arsenal played last season, yeah, I sincerely, my heart did not think that we'd even win the league. Sincerely, last year's football was a drag. I suffered. I couldn't watch that football, bro. You think this year's bad? Go back and look at what we did last year, bro. I suffered. I thought that you guys, sincerely, my heart was like, these people, they might actually end up doing like, they might own the league for like 2-3 years, bro. I won't even cap. But then you see, after you were winning your little last minute winners for 5 games in a row, I said, these people are finished. These people are finished. Bro. And you know what the worst part about it is, because I actually like Liverpool, because Liverpool and Arsenal are in the same ilk, where it's like we actually do it the right way. We do it for the people. You know what I mean? So we're not backed by money. But you guys, you hit the lotto and you said, we're not doing it for the small people anymore. We're doing it for us. You start paying up big contracts left and right. To who? For what? Mo Salah was on steroids, man. You go and give him 400k. Look what's happening now. Are you seeing what's happening now? Chiesa's not getting a game. And you want Chiesa to come and score winners, bro. That's not his thing. Gakpo's not going to the World Cup. Kanate's going on the free.
Chiesa couldn't get a game even if he paid his own subs. It was straight.
Brother, it's desperate. And the only thing is, don't get rid of Arne Slot. That's what I believe. You can't get rid of him. Because if you get rid of him, yeah, what's going to transpire in your club is the same thing that's happening at Tottenham. And you can mark my words, I said that. If you sack Arne Slot, you guys will go through the same thing that Tottenham went through. Or are going through right now. I guarantee it.
I think, obviously, from a talent point of view, we are up there with you guys in City. If everybody's fair, we just go player for player, we're up there. But the problem is we don't have a DNA anymore. We don't have a style of play. We're not a pressing team. We're not a possession team. Anything we try, it just doesn't work. And the manager is devoid of ideas. He doesn't really know what to do. He's just trying different things. He played like a 4-4-2 against Galatasaray. That's not going to win the league. That's just like a stopgap. Like, let me just try this for this match, or let me just try this for the next couple of weeks so I stop losing. Bro, there was a point where we kept losing games. He just said, you know what, fuck the attack. Let's just defend. We didn't lose. We had like a 12-game unbeaten streak. We had like 7 draws or something. They were saying we didn't lose, but we drew 7 games. You know what I mean? So I think if we get a new manager that can inject new ideas, actually have a pattern of play, a style of play that suits Liverpool, the whole Anfield thing, it is real, whether people want to believe it or not. Jurgen Klopp used it to win that title. You need to use that crowd factor, and the players feed off it as well. And Slot thinks he's too cool for school. He thinks he's just gonna come and do tactics. He's moving like Van Gaal, but bro, you're not that guy. He was that guy last season.
He is that guy because he's a Premier League champion.
Fair play. You can be Premier League champion. Did Arsene Wenger not win 3 Premier Leagues and 7 FA Cups? What were they saying about him at the end?
Yeah, because he was there for an extra like 16 years and he didn't win one again. So
yeah, but fair enough. That was actually kind of fucked up.
You know,
but you can't go from champion, spend that much money, and go to this. At the end of the day, we can't sack all the players. We can't sack them. So we have to sack the manager, because I'm telling you, Luis Enrique as Liverpool manager, he wins the league. I'm telling you, man. Luis Enrique, he has the energy, and he's not, yeah, and he's not even fit himself. Fella's a little bit overweight. Like, he's not like, you know what I mean, though. You know what I mean? Like, you know when Jurgen Klopp is on the training pitch, he looks like he had energy. Like, he'd be shouting, he'd be even running with you. Like, Arne Slot, he just seems like just put his hands in his pockets. He doesn't want to run too much. He doesn't want to be out of breath. He's just taking it easy.
Was a
You need
nonchalant
someone with
manager.
no, it's true. You need someone with energy. As a Liverpool manager, you need someone with high energy that's going to motivate the players. That guy couldn't motivate anything, man. He just won that league because of Mo Salah. I think I could have been the manager last season and I win that league. Genuinely,
But
genuinely.
but I will just caveat and say that I think the only way to turn around is a top down clean out, because you're digging yourselves into a bigger hole with these contracts that you have to dish out. It's almost when Jurgen Klopp was leaving and he said Joe Gomez take a 5-year contract on 200 bags a week or something. Do you know what I mean? The guy's just there. I think you guys need to. I think your open management need to be like, okay, do you know what? Yeah, if you're gonna change the manager, until we change the manager, stop giving out contracts. No more contract extensions until we know who we're getting.
Yeah.
Because Grav was great last year, but that doesn't mean he's gonna be great in 2 years' time. And he could really be like,
how much is he on again?
This fella's problem. 270.
bro,
270.
Bro,
Oh,
bro, that was like, bro. Do you know who's on? That was like Frankie De Jong when he went to Barca, bro.
Nah, he was on more. He was on more.
And he was on more, and he held them hostage over that. What do you think Gravenberch is gonna do? And he's having stinkers left and right, man. You think he's gonna leave? Not for 270 bags, man. So I think your management needs to be like, okay, do you know what?
No, but they still have to give Zoboslai a new contract. That's going to be at least
exactly
300,
at least like
350.
350, man. You say, they gave Casemiro 250. I'm younger than him. Like,
the McAllister probably look for the same money, or if not as
exactly.
Gravenberch as well, because he come and say I'm a World Cup winner,
I'm a World Cup
League
winner.
champion. You know, all this type of stuff as well. So that could be another 352, bro.
I think honestly, McAllister can go. We need legs, man. We need people that can run. Even that Gravenberch as well. He doesn't really have legs, like really have legs. He's good on the half turn. He's good at progressing the ball. He's more like a number 8, to be honest. He's not second Champions League, second Premier, second FA Cup, second Carabao Cup.
Who the fuck is that?
Big loss. Big loss for a big trophy. Huge.
His name is Sham. Exactly. I believe Sham.
What is he talking about?
I think he's talking about Siki. I think he might be talking about C. I'm not too sure. But the second in Champions League, second in Premier League, and second FA Cup, I don't really get all that. But it says big loss for a big trophy, huge and prestigious trophy, second highest cash prize. Obviously, he's just taking the piss. Yeah, because he's trying to talk about the Carabao Cup, or Carabao Cup, you get 100K for winning that.
And a handshake. Yeah, look.
Imagine Gravenberch is in there more money than that.
and so is what's your boy Kai Havertz as well.
We've been saying he's been horrid. You know what I'm saying?
But Gravenberch delivered though.
Gravenberch is good, but he's literally giving that half turn or I retire. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Knows that little half turn.
We have good players, yeah. We just are missing some key components. You can't have a midfield of Wirtz, Gravenberch, and McAllister.
Okay, let me ask you another question. What do you do with Van Dijk and Salah? Because I think you should get rid of both of them.
I would keep Van Dijk 100%.
I wouldn't keep him, to be honest. I think he'd be worse than this year. If he's keeping him next year, I'll be real with you.
I think
he's gonna be 35. He's gonna be 35 going into the season. I think you should cut ties as soon as possible.
The reason I say I don't think so is because, first of all, the leadership. He organizes the back four. Obviously, you're saying exactly. You're saying what organizing has he been doing? I 100% agree with you, nigga. You can't organize idiots. Doesn't matter what you do. Kirkes was fighting people.
Is he not part of the idiots as well? Let's not forget the performance he put against PSV. Do you know what I'm saying? Let's not forget him shaking his bum for Caicedo, saying, over here, daddy," and all that kind of stuff. Like some of the fugazi stuff he's been doing this season. Like he hasn't been great himself. I know he's playing with idiots, but he's been part of those idiots as well.
He hasn't had a great. Yeah, I agree with you. He's had some stinkers, but out of everybody in the backline, he's been the best one, and he's playing in a very, very poor team. He's gonna have the leadership. Van Dijk is not. He's not using his pace. He's not defending.
He has no left. He's like Ian
So
Beale.
that's what I'm
He
saying.
has no left,
He's
bro.
not. He's not defending how he defended 5, 6, 7 years ago. I feel like he's gonna mold into that Thiago Silva type, but he just needs a competent, agile centre back next to him. Kanate is too black. That's just the truth. That is just the truth. He needs someone that's agile, that's competent, that's calm.
But you know what? You know what this year, this Van Dijk guy, you could have somebody else better than Kanate next to him. I think the issue will still be there because he'll still be vulnerable. He's been a lot more vulnerable this season than I've seen him in any other season before. He can be got at, and he tends to kind of back off from the challenges now. He's not really crashing into tackles and all that kind of stuff, or even trying to even engage with people most of the time. He's just kind of very standoffish, and that's something that we've obviously given out. Bell was marked that out in his game and all that kind of stuff throughout the season that's gone on, especially in that PSV game because he was absolutely horrid in that one. But yeah, I think just him going to be a year older, 35. I get the experience and all that kind of stuff, but I think just cut the cord, honestly,
The thing
because
is,
there'll be other people in there that've won something that can kind of talk a little bit. The likes of Curtis Jones, as much as you don't like him, but he's no listen. No, listen. Curtis Jones not won a lot with Liverpool?
fair
Would
play
he
to
not
him.
have valuable leadership and like
No,
be a big voice in the locker room?
no.
He'd be somebody that you kind of have to listen to. He's been
No,
there, done that per se. Even Kanate as well. You have your likes of McAllister. You have Dom in there as well. That won stuff. You know what I mean. Like they'll be. Obviously, you won't get that supreme leadership that you get from Van Dijk. Probably knowing what to do, what to say, and having that kind of mystique of the man around him as well as Virgil van Dijk. What he says goes, you know what I mean? But bro, I think it might just be time as hard as it may be, just cut the cord.
I think if you take out Saliba at Arsenal and you put Van Dijk in there, use our better team. And Saliba's probably top 2, 3, 4 centre backs in the world. So
How
let's
can
not.
we, how can we be a better team if we only lost 4 games?
No, I said yeah, because he'd be playing with better players. He'd be playing with a right back that isn't just a pace merchant. He'd be playing with a left back that's actually a left back and isn't trying to fight people. And then
The
you have
issue,
a.
the issue with Liverpool is Van Dijk. He is the issue.
It's not, man.
He is because you guys didn't think about your transition process. You just didn't think about that because you know who would have been perfect to have brought in, and whilst you guys thought, oh, Kanai is gonna jump off, is Dean Hoyson when he was at Bournemouth. Ball playing. No. But this is the thing. As an understudy to Van Dijk, to play along Van Dijk is the perfect ball playing, quick, intelligent, agile, can head the ball, is good early, good on the ground. That is the literally someone that would have been perfect for you to have him be like, all right, Dean, look, Virgil's 33, gonna have you under him for like a year and a half. You pick up the speed, and then we're gonna begin to kind of drop him out of the team. Then you're gonna fit. That's a good transition process for a good young player. That's what you guys should have done, but no, you said no. Kanati will stay.
No, nah, that's not what
you
happened.
will stay, and Joe Gomez is here, and Konsa is here. Where are they now?
We got Leone, but the fellow did his ACL.
Oh, who the hell is? Who was he before he even came to Liverpool? Who was he?
But we tried to do it the Liverpool way with the centre back.
Bodying Lukaku in Serie A, and people were saying,
Bro,
"Oh, look at this
they saw
guy."
that one highlight. They saw that highlight and they said, sign him up. Get him in. They thought you do that against Haaland. Bro, it's not the same beast.
But look, if we get Leone back, we have Jacket to come in. That's 2 decent centre backs, and then we'll probably get one more.
A 60 million, 21-year-old black boy from Baguette Land. Kanate, a 35-year-old Van Dijk, and Joe Gomez.
That's not what I'm saying. We're gonna get Leone, Jeremy Jacquet. We're gonna get another centre back. Gomez is probably gonna go, and then hopefully we keep Kanate. If not, we'll get another centre back on top of that.
So you're going to try to sign 2 centre backs that are going to help you challenge for the league.
Yeah, 100%.
In one window.
Why not? Did you not do it? Did you not get Hincapié and what's his name? What's the other fella's name?
Hincapié is a left back, would.
But he can play centre back. And who's the other guy?
that's what I'm trying to say to you. Arsenal, we put that together over 2-3 seasons. Wait, when do we even sign Saliba? Is that not like 2021 or something? When did we sign Saliba? 2020?
You in like 2018, 2019.
Look,
He was, he was, he was
can
a
you,
long time ago.
can you see how long ago we signed that guy, bro? We put this thing together over years. You can't just sign 2 defenders and be like,
No,
we're
I'm
going
not
to
having this. Don't move like you, man, are some tactical geniuses. Nigga, you ain't won shit, nigga. Nigga, you ain't won shit. Oh, you're telling me you've got the nigga, put some
No,
jobs at the table.
but what we're saying is, who's in a better position? Is Arsenal.
Who-
Is Arsenal, who over the last 4 years has been the best team defensively? It's been Arsenal. It has, and that's what we're talking about from a defensive standpoint. You can't just buy one season. This is our new backline. This is what
And you know
it doesn't
what?
work.
You know what? That's your problem. You're too busy focusing on your defense for the future instead of focusing on your attack. That's why you have.
Listen,
That's why you have
listen.
Trossard.
If you don't concede, you can't lose.
But you can't win. You might not win either. Did you
Listen,
know?
it would take me chances than scoring 200 goals and then conceding 250. Bro, it don't work that way, man. It don't
Look,
work that way.
you have your way. You want to play with bouncers and headers, no problem. And I have my way. I want to do free flow football. I've won my titles. You guys need to prove yourselves. I've won my titles. I've seen it all. I'm okay. I can die
Look,
tomorrow and I'll be happy.
yeah, look. I've said the same thing I said at the start of the season, same thing I say now. My predictions always come to pass. It's even me and you that made that bet that you guys are finished above Arsenal or be ahead of Arsenal by Christmas. It didn't come to pass.
It's not over.
Patrick, I see football in a different way. If you guys do not get your priorities in order, next season, you and what Tottenham did last year is what you guys are going to go through. I can guarantee it.
I think Liverpool win the league next season. But I think the season after that we fall off again. We're not gonna have back to back good seasons. It's just not what we do.
Do you want to put money on it?
Nah, I'm alright, bro.
We'll just wrap up quickly, anyways, boys. Shout out to my to the only other team that I generally like in the league, which is Sunderland. They beat Newcastle 2-1 in the time where Derby Brian Bobby were a last minute winner for the Black Cats, and they beat Newcastle. Anytime Newcastle loses a good day, I really don't like Newcastle as a football club, and I don't like the fans as well. They're too big for their boots when they haven't really accomplished anything. Won Carabao Cup in 70 years, and these people be chanting out their mouth. The online fan base, anyways. Some of them that I've met in real life, they're actually really nice people, but the online fan base, honestly. But yeah, shout out to Sunderland. West Ham could have done the funniest thing on the weekend as well by getting a point or a draw against Villa, but they lost 2-0 because Spurs lost 3-0 at home to Forest. So Tottenham could have been in the bottom 3 for the first time this season, but they weren't able to get it done. They lost to Villa, so it is what it is. But yeah, guys, obviously international break now. I can't wait for Thursday to see how Ireland's going to do against Czech Republic in the World Cup qualifiers. I trust that you guys will be watching that game as well. Yeah.
Oh, also, by the way, we didn't touch on Senegal getting AFCON taken off them, but we'll say that for another day.
You know, that one I want to wait to see what's going to happen with it, because obviously we can talk about how obviously disrespectful it is, but I want to see if they're going to try and force it, because Senegal have put in obviously into the core of arbitrations, I'm pretty sure, as they try to reverse the decision. Then I seen that it's something that apparently Guinea played Morocco back in like 1976, and Morocco ended up walking off like the way Senegal did. And they're saying now, if you're going to reverse that fixture against Morocco, you're going to have to reverse that one for all of it. But that's just reports. I want to wait what's actually cleared, set in stone before we talk about it, because there's a lot to unwrap about it, and I have big opinions about that as well. So I want to wait to see what actually happens before we talk about that. But guys, we're gonna leave it at that. There was a few people that kind of popped in and popped out. We appreciate it. Somebody left a comment as well, which we didn't really understand, but we appreciate all the love. But yeah, guys, if you managed to make it this far in, well, we're an hour and 5 minutes in. Big ups to you, because honestly, you probably have nothing else to be doing if you're this far deep. I'll be real. But yeah, appreciate it. We'll catch you guys in the next one. obviously we'll have to wait and see what happens in the footballing world. There's Arsenal players will be dropping like flies for this international break. We'll have to see what Liverpool do as well. I'm not too sure if your players are going to try to drop out to maybe, I don't know, go all full blast in the FA Cup and the Champions League as well. Would you even want them to even pull out of international duty?
It doesn't make a difference. Pull out, pull in doesn't make a difference, man. Doesn't really matter, man. The manager's just shit. It doesn't matter what you do. It's the manager, man.
Because you guys, you still kind of have something to fight for. Like with Chelsea, they don't really have anything to fight for. City, they're not really looking that great in the league, and them in the FA Cup as well. I'm not too sure as well. So you guys, you're still kind of still in control of your own destiny a little bit. The league is obviously out of your hands. Champions League is still there. The FA Cup is still there. Obviously, we'll see as well, and then you can still get top four as well. So
See,
it's a
that's what
bit
it's the hope that kills you. That's the problem.
fair enough. Fair enough. Well, anyways, we'll leave it there. Thank you so much, guys, for joining us this far. Good night. God bless. We'll catch you.